For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out alphatradingcardgames.com. What up players, this is Saber4. Got another TCG match with our Venusaur EX stall deck. You guys know what happened? I guess most of my Pokemon guys won't care, but I was finally about to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel when I heard about they're gonna make a temporary event where it's the 2004 format OCG, but basically it's still, old school Yu-Gi-Oh! They should make a permanent mode, but instead they just did this like a temporary thing. But I thought, man, no matter what, I do gotta play, and I guess give my contribution for players playing so they can see that people want this. But I missed out on it. I went basically the day it just finished, the damn event. Went from March 2 to like March 5, just 3 days. And I was annoyed. I didn't touch like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for a year and a half, probably. And there was like 20 minutes of updates, having to sit through that, and then was gonna go and play, and I couldn't. But anyway, not much has changed with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel in terms of the game being like broken as hell. In the end, I did play a little bit of just standard ranked, just for the hell of it, and I regretted it as usual. But anyway, this guy's taking forever to set up whatever he's gonna set up. I just give this little mini rant about Yu-Gi-Oh! And this fucker's still taking forever. Play your damn Pokemon down. God. Okay, so I'm gonna get a free card at least, which is a big help for this deck. And I got actually a pretty solid hand, I want to say. A few level balls and then the Grusha. Gonna give me some nice draws once we thin our hand. But I'm playing against a Gardevoir deck from what it appears. There's the routes. I think that other thing is also a routes there, like an alternate art or something. And the Mew, these usually, they're the Pokemon you see together. It gets the other guys down too. So this is going to be a Gardevoir deck. Now, decks like these, basically any deck that has infinite energy acceleration, usually isn't a good matchup for Venusaur because they can always find a way to get unstuck if we try and get them stuck. They can just attach energies from the discard pile and then retreat. If they do things right, at least. I don't have ways to get rid of energies from the discard pile like some other stall decks from the Sun and Moon era could do. With Giraffe and crap. So it's gonna be rough. Gardevoir doesn't hit that heavy. He needs to put like a bunch of energies and it still won't get the 1-hit KO. But it's gonna be pretty dangerous. I want to say this isn't as bad as Chien Pao. That is impossible, Aurora Moon. But it's gonna be rough. But it's gonna be a good little challenge. A good little experiment to see if we can win against this deck. So Crush and Hammers aren't going to be that good as well. I did get one Tails, did get one Heads. That's good enough, I suppose. And I draw the other two. Damn. With Grusha. They're not that good, obviously, because they can get energies from the discard pile. I'm not really accomplishing much. At best, I just negate it as manual attachment. That's too bad. But anyway, had to get those out of the hand so that I can draw enough cards with Grusha. Evolves into the Curlia, and I have the two Bulbasaurs down. I have an Ivysaur in hand. I don't have any draw supporters now though. And Mimikyu isn't going to be that good as well because Gardevoir is a regular Pokemon. He got that out pretty quickly with the rare candy. So, the challenge is on. This isn't going to be easy. So discards the Curlia and the Jirachi with Ultra Ball. That's fine. Get rid of as much stuff as possible. The only good thing, I guess, about this deck is that once it does get rolling, it draws a lot of stuff, so maybe I won't have that much difficulty trying to deck him out. Goes for an Research 2, the old bitch, draw 7. Got the Zacian down. At least, I guess that thing, it's something that Mimikyu can block, so maybe I can just play the Mimikyu down as an option, depending on what he does. We can get the dude stuck, promote the Mimikyu, I don't know. We'll figure things out how we go. I don't think I want to play more than one Mimikyu down, but maybe one should be okay. And I would like to save the Tsurina if I can, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So the reversal energy, that's basically going to be a useless card because he can't get the bonus. I'm not going to be getting prizes. But it is going to count as an energy. And that thing is something that is actually better for me to get rid of with Crush and Hammer. If that goes into the discard pile, he can't get it back. Gets an energy with Zacian. And that's it. So we're going to evolve into the Ivysaur. And all I can do is go for a double hammer again. I do get the heads, very good. And I think I should probably just save the other hammer, just in case he plays more of those down. Should have thought about this before I went with the Gardevoir on that turn, but I mean, I needed to get rid of stuff from my hand to draw anyway, so I didn't have much choice. It's good that we got rid of that too, though. Those are going to be some good discards. Not make the hammers completely useless. Okay. So I passed the turn. This guy is annoyed for some reason. I mean, I'm supporterless again, so you got an opportunity to do something if you can. He has a humongous hand. It would be good if I could Eo-No. Gardevoir EX is out. His bench is pretty much full. This is what it's going to be working with. One regular Gardevoir, Gardevoir EX, Zacian, the Greninja, a Mew, and whatever the hell that other thing is, alternate art. I can't really check. I think it must be like another routes or something. I don't have a clue. I can't tell. But all of those guys don't have big retreats. I mean, and Gardevoir EX, it has a double retreat. I mean, he can get energies from the discard pile. Gardevoir EX, it's just, ruins are stalled in here. Our like boss's order, get stuck play. But I mean, I'll try, I guess. I'll see what happens. Goes for a switch. Actually burned that so easily. I don't know why you did that. So maybe if he's careless, if he's going to be careless and not really think about what he's doing long term, I might have a chance. So, did burn one switch, and the Gardevoir is ready to attack. He is going to be able to kill the Tsurina easily, I'm afraid. And then I suppose, who do I promote? I mean, it's going to be a good question. Probably going to have to do Mimikyu, maybe to force him to retreat again. At the very least, when he uses Gardevoir, he does have to put damage counters on his Pokemon, so maybe if I do things right, he won't be able to do it on the regular Gardevoir forever. So I am going to promote the Mimikyu. And let's see, Ultra Ball. I think that's actually, well, not exactly what I needed. I'd rather get a supporter, but I can use this to get Venusaur and know that at least I'm safe for a little bit. It sucks that I had to discard Cheryl, especially because there's a lot of stuff we're going to be discarding that will be useless in this matchup. But it is what it is. I got the Pal Pads at least. So with Venusaur out and a Cheryl in hand, I think I might be able to stall for a little bit longer until we see something. Okay. And, you know, he is pretty thinned out. I mean, 17 cards in the deck, 13 cards in hand. I do need to see, like, my Spirit Masks, too. Yeah, it's gonna be a long-ass match. Burns another switch. God damn. Yeah, this guy is really switch happy here, but it's perfect for me. As long as those cards are out, I'm gonna have an easier time with my goal. So the Mimikyu is out, okay. And now it's time to promote the Venusaur. Hopefully you have trouble KOing that. Even with Gardevoir, it's not going to be easy. And we're just going to pass the turn, that's it. I can't do anything else. My deck is not the most consistent. People need to be aware. This isn't some sort of a God tier stall deck. It can be very inconsistent, and you do rely a lot on what your opponent is going to do too and what they're running. So discards with Greninja, just get rid of those energies, get rid of resources. And then even with Gardevoir EX eventually, maybe he'll put himself in a position where he'll get stuck. So Iono, I have no idea why he did this. It's actually going to help me out immensely. So thank you very much. Giving me the Spirit Masks too, perfect. And a Counter Catcher, wonderful. So this gives me a chance to do something here. And I get my own Iono. So the reversal energy comes down, Artisan. More help for me. Might use that to get a Recorio, and it just does 180. Not enough for a 2-hit KO after I heal. Damn, so a bunch of Bulbasaurs. Am I going to play all of them down? I mean, I do want to draw with Iono. So the level ball, it's not really a lot of good targets, but I am going to get the Mimikyu. I can't really make use of his Artisan this way. What would we get down? That is a good question. Play the other Spirit Mask. What would I get down indeed? So let's use Counter Catcher. I mean, I don't really have too many great options, but perhaps Greninja is going to be something. This is something that at least he needs to retreat. He can't just attach an energy, and like if I would put Zacian in the active position, he can just put energies on that. So I'm going to get the Klefki too, just fill out my bench. I don't know, maybe this guy is using the freaking Avery too. But I wanted to thin out my hand, make use of his stadium. Now we play down our own crap. And I'm still in the game. So Spirit Mask, let's attach that too on the Bulbasaur. I need to see a few candies, damn it. Where are they hiding? Of course, in this sort of a deck, we don't have access to our prizes, which is another thing that kind of sucks. So maybe there's some stuff over there. He does have the energy to retreat the Greninja. Unsurprising. But he still won't be able to get the KO. And I just want him to just play into the Spirit Mask, of course. Just discard resources. You know, he puts an extra energy on the Gardevoir, and this can get quite dangerous now. I have to survive, man. I have to survive this. So it gets rid of the stadium for the Artisan. That's fine. Just get rid of all those cards. It doesn't matter. My stadium doesn't really do much anyway. Can get that back with Rosane. Okay, so just barely survive with 10 HP, but it's what I needed. As long as we survive, that's the important thing. He gets the discard and I'll be able to Shurl for safety. Okay. Discarding the Iono, not a good thing to discard, my friend. Should have discarded something else. Okay, so we're gonna go for it, and I have the boss's orders too. Now, the thing is with this deck, like I've said, it's not as bad as Chien Pao. It obviously has energy acceleration, but the thing is, because they gotta put all the energies on something like Gardevoir for it to be threatening, the guy should have just put a few, not put everything, if he knew what he was doing. But I guess most people, he probably never played against the Venusaur deck like this in his life. Don't have any experience against it. But because he put everything there, because the Gardevoir EX has 3 energies, and I don't know what else might be going on in his deck, the energies he has total. If I time the boss's orders right, it could be crucial. So I'm going to get the Zacian in the position, and he is going to need either a switching outlet or, well, that, or just more energies in the discard pile. And I'm thinking of, should I switch onto the Mimikyu or should I just leave my dude there? And this is kind of a risk, but I decided to leave the Venusaur there. I kind of have a feeling he isn't going to be able to switch. I hope I'm right though. And he goes for a Super Rod. And he gets a bunch of Pokemon too, something completely worthless. But I guess there wouldn't be any energies there either. So puts the manual. He did have one, but he's going to need another one. And goes for research. Desperate stuff. That's what I want to see. Mass draw and discard and crap. And goes for Roar of the Sword. Damn it. That's unfortunate. But he actually doesn't have an energy. And I guess the turn was going to pass either way. I was going to be safe. So this is huge. This is basically telling me that he's run out of energies. There's nothing left in the deck. There's nothing in the hand. And Zacian is basically going to be stuck. And I got him right where I want him, basically. I mean, he didn't take too many prizes. I didn't allow him. So, you know, maybe there's energies in those 4 prizes. You never know. I don't know how many total energies he runs. I've seen Gardevoir decks that run like 15. They run a lot. Others just run a few. So, I don't know. There's the reversal energies too. But I've only seen one so far. And there's the one on the Gardevoir too. So I guess make that 2. So it looks to me like he's stuck, which is wonderful. What we need, I got more cards in the deck than him. So if we do our stuff right, we're going to be pretty good. And I got my retreat stadium too. It's going to make things harder for him. Get rid of the artisan. So let's get the Venusaur EX out. Get everybody down. Just in case, you never know what he's going to do. If he does find a way to just retreat. Excellent. Check my resources. We do have a bunch of stuff. And we'll use the Pal Pad for a boss's orders and a Cheryl. I think that's good enough. Get 1 and 1 and just pass the turn. So this is perfect. Right where I want him to be. You know, stuck. All of the energy is on a bunch of Pokemon that are not active. It goes for Roar of the Sword again, but you don't have anything, so I don't know why you're doing that. Just letting me know. And from here on out, I mean, all I gotta do is just pass the turn. Just get my healing. Venusaur is fresh now. My whole field is fresh. And he's annoyed, rightfully so. I mean, I can't really say anything back to the dude. Like I've said, decks like these, even though I'm using it, I hate these sort of decks when I play against them. And I use this because it's the only way to use Venusaur. I spent a lot of gems crafting the cards, and I couldn't make him work as a conventional attacker. This was the only way. And I know that a lot of my viewers really like this deck. I can see why you guys do, but a lot of people would hate it for good reason. But yeah, because I spent so many gems, because it's the only way to use it properly, or just at least somewhat effectively, and because a lot of my viewers like it, it just makes sense for me to use it, try and use it. Okay. So, I'm pretty good. All I gotta be doing is just passing the turn. That's it. You can't even attack, so the Spirit Masks don't really matter. Maybe I shouldn't be playing cards, but it's fine. I'm gonna play my stuff. I have ways to just make sure I don't take out before him, regardless. We got Iono and we also have KT. So pass the turn, and it's just gonna be a pass turn struggle here. Gonna be doing the same thing. I don't know what kind of commentary I should be giving now. Just gonna be passing the turn. That's it. Yeah, I'm not going to play any more stuff down. I don't need to get any other Venusaur. It's quite clear that this guy's stuck. Between the cards he used, cards in the discard, and the prizes. I mean, he was a dumbass too, to be honest. You had no reason to use the switches, and then you just burnt them needlessly. You know, you had two switches that you both used for no reason. Should have made sure you saved them for a situation like this. I'm going to get the Servina and the Town Store back. I didn't really need to do this, but I guess use a supporter. It doesn't look like he'll be able to do anything. But yeah, if he knew what he was doing, he was going to say, okay, let me just use Gardevoir's effect to retreat just one energy on the Mew. It's not going to matter if it has damage counters or not. Same for the Gardevoir EX when he retreated to the Gardevoir, the regular one. But instead, he just burned those switches for no reason. And now that's biting him in the ass. You should have seen this coming when you saw my deck. And you saw I'm not attaching energies. I'm using stuff like... Well, he didn't see the Spirit Mask immediately, but the stuff you saw, basically. Let's just say that. So, past the turn war, that's going to be it. I don't really have any other commentary. We're just going to be doing this until somebody loses. I got a lot more cards left in my deck than him. And I have ways to put more cards back. Like with the KD, ERNO, Palpad. What should I say? I mean, we're 20 minutes in, like 22 minutes. It's going to be a hella long match. What else can I talk about? I mean, I did that Bandai video. If you guys care about One Piece too, I really care about the One Piece TCG. I'm thinking about really what its future it's going to be. It's really good now, but I'm trying to think what kind of cards they're going to print when it sort of ran out of arcs and stuff. I mean, they sort of do themes where it's just, you know, the Straw Hat Crew when they're in Alabasta, the Straw Hat Crew when they're in Dressrosa, that kind of thing. And then all the, I guess, the villain teams, they do stuff like that. Like you got Arlong Pirates cards, you got the Doflamingo cards, the Baroque Works cards. They do this sort of thing, you know, the Kaido Pirates. But then eventually they're going to run out of that, right? I mean, I guess they're just going to have to print the characters on bland cards, or maybe just more original artworks, I suppose. I mean, when there's money to be made, they're not going to run out. But I do think about that, like what's going to happen after, let's say, 10 or 12 sets from One Piece. I mean, Ichiro Oda did confirm that in around a year, the series is probably going to end. The manga, at least. It's sort of bittersweet, to be honest. But I'd rather him end it rather than it never ends. So past the turn of war still. And this guy, he's not using his Xeonos correctly too. You should have waited until you get to 0 cards. It just makes me think that this guy is not the most adept player in the world. So you used up those, you were also discarding them. And you're gonna deck out before me no matter what, man. Trust. That is it. And it just takes forever not doing anything. I guess being a sore loser. Don't be doing this, wasting our time. Just pass the turn. Did he go take a piss or something? Anyway. So I'm gonna pass the turn immediately. There's nothing to do. And just gonna keep this up. But on that Bandai video I've made, which was my concerns in that video were about the stock. And you know, it's crazy. You make a video like that, I'm thinking there's absolutely nobody that's gonna be able to hate on me for a video like that. But there's at least one dumbass that's gonna dislike the video. I don't know why. Like, I guess you're the one dumbass ass-kissing Bandai person that just wants the stuff to be overpriced. I don't understand it. But anyway. So this guy is just... Dude, if you're not gonna do anything, just pass the turn. Okay. I'm gonna pass the turn immediately again. Nothing else to do. And you're gonna run out of time before me. That's also something. Yeah, this is the longest match I've ever had on the channel. I think my biggest one maybe was like I don't know, like 22 minutes or maybe 26 minutes. There was like a legacy match I did with Typhlosion. A dude was using Reshifulosion, Typhlosion Prime with Reshiram, and I was using Flygon, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Flygon with Dusknoir and Excelgor. And it really went a lot. I think that was my longest match besides this. And besides tournaments when I used to do that. So, still passing the turn. There's not much else to do. I got like, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 cards. He has 10. So I'm in a better position in this regard too. Like when I'm going to be using Iono and even Katie. Getting closer. I mean, I don't even think I used the Pal Pad, and this guy's getting pissed. I understand, man, but I mean, you brought this on yourself. Like, this is one of the decks that you actually did have a chance to destroy me. Because you got unlimited energy acceleration. You just didn't use your energies right. You didn't use your switches right. This should have been an auto win for you, to be honest. I didn't even get the Spirit Masks immediately. So, all you can blame is yourself. So he's at 3, I'm at 5. You know, these huge ass hands are ridiculous. And he's gonna go for an Ultra Ball, which I don't know what the point of that is. Is he finally giving up and he's just gonna play cards? Discarding a few Pokemon. And goes for another Ultra Ball. Discarding Curlius too. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. And goes for Super Rod. So this is gonna be his grand plan to not deck out. But it's actually a stupid move because you thinned out stuff from your hand. And now he goes GG like, yeah, I did it. But no, my friend. All I gotta do is just use Iono and you're gonna lose. You're in a worse position now. And I haven't used Palpat yet. I haven't used Katie yet. I still got plenty of options. I can use the Palpat to put Rosane in. So this guy just never had a chance in hell to just not deck out. Make me deck out before him. So I guess he's thinking he's in the clear now. But all I have to do is just wait until we get to 0. And then I'll use Iono. And it goes GG. He's really thinking he's got this. And just, yeah, dude, scoop already. I countered you. But no. You're in for a surprise. So, wait one more turn. And then when I get to 0, I'll use the Iono. Pass the turn. Dummy. And all I have to do now is use Iono. I could have even used like Katie and he was going to work out. So there we go. I draw 6, you draw 4. I got 14, you got 9. And you're still fucked, basically. So that's pretty much game. I hope he realizes this. And he is pissed. And He's gonna scoop. There's no way he's not gonna scoop, right? You got no chance. I didn't even use Katie. I could have actually used Katie, and this was gonna finish even faster. But he did surrender, so that's a GG. I get the victory against Gardevoir with Venusaur. Hope you guys enjoyed the long match. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What a